very interesting that everyone says that I have. It's very interesting that everyone says I have a natural ability to speak because I worked all my life with this. My biggest phobia is to speak in public. And I'm already shaking. I've been shaking the whole time. I wasn't planning on speaking at all. Let me paint a picture of who I was before. I think a lot of you met me today, this weekend for the first time, and some other faces are familiar, but I'm going to paint a picture of who I was and who I've become, or I found the real me this weekend. I had massive anxiety attacks before for many years, since I can remember, since I was a kid. In severe insomnia, my mom tells me that since I was a baby I would never sleep, and I've talked about this before with Arnoux at different seminars, that throughout college my insomnia was getting so bad that I would go 3 days without sleep sometimes. Mm-hmm. So you get hallucinations, you're not. I was very depressive, suicidal. I tried twice. I've always looked relatively healthy, on the outside. Everyone thinks that if you're thin and that you're healthy, but it's not true. I had muscle spasms for many years, and Miguel knows because we dated for 4 years, so he lived with me, and he knows my hip would pop out, and it sounds ridiculous now, but I would be laying on the couch or on the floor, and he would have to pull my legs so my hip would pop back into place. So I had severe muscle spasms. A lot of anger, a lot of anger. And the things, so when I first came, was in February, and Miguel and I had broke up in November the year before, and so we had a new contract at the place. And it was really hard for me to pay the bills when he left. So I was running short every month. I was running short $800. Then I was going down to $600 and redoing my budget over and over and over. And when I came to the total health mastery for the first time for the solution, I was really mad at Miguel. Not for sharing, but because I couldn't pay. I couldn't pay for all of. Let me back up a little bit. When I was 24, I had a cancer scare. I had 3 lumps in my breast. One on this side, the size 3 centimeters, 2 here, and I did monthly checks. So it really freaked me out that I had them. And I had the worst diet. I was going to college. I was eating fast food 3 times a day, a lot of issues with my family. So I would prepare meals and somebody would eat my meals. I would come home and I would ask my mom to leave food out, and the food would have been there for 3 days and I had no idea. So I would eat and I would get severely sick because my mom couldn't leave food for me in the fridge. One of the hardest things for me to clear this weekend was receiving love. And I was telling Arnoux that my mom texted me last night to see if I was going to be coming to visit today. And I was telling her I was going to the seminar and I was going to go to Jim's Sweet's funeral afterwards, so I wouldn't be coming. And so she said, I love you, and take care, I love you. And it's always been really hard for me as a child to tell my mom I love you, because when I was little, I would get reprimanded for it. It's very hard to see your mother share that love with other people, your siblings, strangers, and not with yourself. So it was extremely hard for me to receive that on Friday and use that. But I couldn't have done it with a better group, because all of you are so very open and loving, and there's just something so genuine about every single one of you, and about Arnoux too. So I'll give you the actual numbers. Since I've been here in February, I've lost 20 pounds. I went from a size 12 to a size 6. I'm off 5 medications, 2 for my back spasms, anxiety, 3 for severe allergies. I've mentioned to Arnoux before that my allergies were so severe that if I started sneezing in the car, I had to pull over because I would sneeze like 20 times in a row. And of course, when you're sneezing, you can't open your eyes. So I had to pull over immediately if I felt that coming on. I couldn't use a lot of shampoos and fragrances because I would just start it up. Being in large crowds has always been really difficult because I'm so sensitive to people's energy, but also people's scents, and so that would start another allergic reaction. So no more allergy medication. I didn't even realize when I got off of it until I was telling my friend about it, and I wasn't carrying the medication in my purse anymore. I did the 7 steps at the foundation, and I found a place to move. Excuse me. I was doing my budget after I moved, and mind, I had to pay the deposit for the new place, the rent for the new place, and half the rent for the old place. So I expected to be short, and the day before I got paid, I had about $3 and some change in the bank account. And this kid ran up to me and asked me for 25 cents, and I didn't have change in the card to give him 25 cents. So when I got paid the next day, I did my budget about 4 times because I couldn't believe it. I had $500 extra. And so immediately I came, and I was fighting my enzymes, and there's just a lot of things that I cleared on top of that this weekend that I've shared with you already. But the most important for me was finding my life purpose. And I can tell you the numbers and I can tell you the tangible things, but the best thing is to clear all the emotional, the spiritual, the mental sludge. And I haven't even started and finished the foundation yet, so I'm so excited to see what's going to happen next. But I have to say that Arnoux doesn't just change lives, he recreates you, he helps you find your life purpose, he helps you remember your past lives. And not only that, but he gives you a shortcut of how to resolve everything. Instead of you living your life over and over and over and trying to figure it out on your own. And I have to say that Arnoux is the voice of God. He's not just the messenger, he is the voice of God. And I think you are the most amazing. And I am eternally grateful for you. So thank you.